Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are digging into 40 powerful, and yeah, sometimes pretty harsh, truths about life and work. And this wisdom comes straight from the insights of the amazing author Daniel Pink. So what's the big idea here? Well, this isn't just some random list. Think of it more like a roadmap, one built from years of really hard-won wisdom. The goal is to help you absorb these lessons now so you can, sidestep some of those painful mistakes and get on a more direct path to success and fulfillment. All right, let's get right into it. We've broken these truths down into 4 main areas that kind of build on each other. We're talking about how we work, how we think, the people in our lives, and finally, how we live. And stick around because we're going to wrap it all up with a single powerful takeaway. First up, let's talk about work and success. We're going to start by tearing down some of the myths about the professional world. Why? Because those rules you learned in school, well, a lot of the time, they just don't apply when it comes to creating real, meaningful success out in the real world. Okay, think about how much time we spend tweaking our resumes, polishing our LinkedIn profiles. We think that's our golden ticket, right? But here's the harsh truth. What really matters is your body of work. What have you actually built? What problems have you actually solved? It's that tangible proof, that stuff you can point to and say, I did that. That really opens doors. And this is a tough one, for sure. The world is just littered with incredibly talented people who gave up. It's why raw talent is, honestly, a bit overrated. The real game changer? It's persistence. It's those people who just refuse to quit, the ones who keep pushing forward day after day. They're the ones who ultimately make the biggest impact. And look, it really is about consistency over intensity. Just think about it. Writing for 30 minutes every single day is way more effective than one crazy 10-hour marathon session once a month. Those small, consistent efforts, they compound into massive results over time. It's the classic tortoise and the hare story, and it's absolutely true. Okay, this next one, you almost have to laugh. For any project you take on, you've got to remember Hofstadter's law. I'm a planner, maybe you are too, but even our best laid plans run into reality. And the law is a bit of a brain bender. It says it'll always take longer than you expect, even when you take the law itself into account. So yeah, no matter how much buffer you build in, it's going to take longer. So all of this, the work, the persistence, it naturally leads us to our next big topic, our inner mindset. Because at the end of the day, all that external stuff is governed by your internal state. The biggest battles you'll ever fight aren't out there in the world. They're right inside your own head. You know that feeling, the one where you're convinced everyone is watching you, judging every little thing you do? Well, that's called the spotlight effect. And the truth is, it's incredibly liberating. Because guess what? Nobody is paying that much attention to you. They're all too busy being the main character in their own story. Once you really get that, it frees you up to just live your life instead of performing for some imaginary audience. And check this out. It's a powerful way to think about things. Imagine 2 circles. One is huge. It's everything you can't control, like the economy or what other people do. The other circle is much, much smaller. That's what you can control, your effort, your attitude, your actions. And here's the secret. That small circle is infinitely more important. That's where 100% of your energy should go. When it comes to regret, the research is absolutely crystal clear. Right now, in the short term, we might regret some dumb thing we did, a mistake, a misstep, but fast forward 10, 20, 30 years, what really haunts people are the things they didn't do. Not starting that business, not asking that person out, not taking that trip. So seriously, take the chance, because the sting of inaction lasts way, way longer. Okay, here are 4 quick but really powerful mindset shifts you can make. First, stop asking for feedback and start asking for advice. It just invites better, more collaborative answers. Second, stop seeing life as a zero-sum game where someone has to lose for you to win. See it as positive sum, where you can help others win too. And finally, stop assigning blame. Start taking responsibility. That's where all your power to actually change things is. And of course, none of this stuff happens in a vacuum, right? Your mindset, your career, your whole life, it's all profoundly shaped by the people you let into your orbit. And that brings us to what we're calling the people equation. And I want you to really hear this because it's not an exaggeration. The argument here is that this one single choice for you to surround yourself with is more important than your college major, your profession, or any single job you'll ever have. The people in your life literally, physically shape who you become. So here are some non-negotiable rules of engagement. Rule 1, don't work with jerks. I don't care how talented they are, a talented jerk is still a jerk, and that toxicity will poison everything. And that other rule you've probably heard, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. It's a crucial, crucial warning. You will either rise or sink to the level of your environment, so you have to choose it wisely. Okay, let's zoom out now. Way out. Beyond just work, beyond even our own mindset. What are the big, timeless truths that really underpin a fulfilling life? The really big stuff. So many of us are out there chasing happiness, like it's this thing you can catch. But it's always just out of reach, isn't it? Well, here's the secret. Stop chasing the feeling itself. Instead, go after meaning. Go after growth, contribution, love. And when you do that, you'll find that happiness just sort of shows up on its own. It's a byproduct of a life well lived.
And then there are the fundamentals, the absolute non-negotiables. You gotta move your body. You gotta read. You have to prioritize sleep. Seriously, almost none of us are the superhuman short sleepers we like to think we are. And start saving. Even a little bit. Start early. Because as Daniel Pink points out, compounding interest is like the second most powerful force in the entire universe.
So if compounding interest is number 2, what's number 1? Well, it's this. And look, I know it might sound a little cheesy, but buried inside that cheese is maybe the most important truth of all. In the end, the only thing that really truly matters is love. Do you have people you love? And do you have people who love you? That's the whole ballgame. All right, we've covered a ton of ground here, but we all know that just hearing this stuff doesn't change anything. Information without action is basically just entertainment. So let's make this real. So here's the challenge for you. Think back through everything we just talked about. Which one of those truths made you flinch? You know the feeling, the one that felt a little uncomfortable, a little too close to home. That's your signal. That's the one you need to pay attention to. And here's the last step. Don't just think about it. I want you to physically write down the one that made you flinch. And then, this is the important part. Commit to taking just one, concrete action on it this week. That's how you turn that feeling of discomfort into actual motion. So that's the question I'll leave you with. Which truth are you going to act on first? Your answer doesn't have to be some grand, perfect plan. It just has to be a choice. Because making that choice and then taking that one small step, well, that's how real change actually begins.